time here to do some sand leveling. So I was planning on doing this in my front yard anyway, but since I tore up my lawn for irrigation, I'm gonna go ahead and do it on the entire lawn, front, side, and back. And the reason why I'm doing this, I've got some low spots and some bumps, and if you look out here, or if you watch my videos, it probably looks like my front yard is smooth and doesn't have any bumps, but that is not the case. I've got some low spots and I've got some bumps in here. And so there are a few reasons why people will bring in sand to level the lawn. The main reason is because people are real mowing and they're mowing at a 1/2 inch, and so they need it completely smooth because any bumps will scalp the lawn. Me, I'm just all about a more enjoyable mow job. I've got bumps, which makes it not as fun to mow, and so I want to level it, I want to smooth it out, even though I'm mowing tall. Speaking of mowing tall, I don't want you to think that you can come out here on tall fescue or any tall grass for that reason and just dump sand and drag it across and you're going to be good. You cannot do that. I have spent the past couple weeks mowing my lawn lower. I've got it down to between 1 1/4 to 1.5 inches throughout my lawn. I would not recommend doing the sand leveling on grass that is any taller than 1.5 inches. So the reason why you don't want to do this on a lawn that is over around 1.5 inches, that's not exact, is because you're going to put the sand on, it's going to cause the grass to lay over, and then it's going to be very hard to get the sand down into the canopy of the grass and the grass blades to be able to grow back up through the sand. That will kill your grass. So like I said, I've got tall fescue. I have not seen anybody level tall fescue with sand. I've been told that it's nearly impossible to level tall fescue after it's established. And the reason being is the way it grows. It's a bunch type grass, and so it grows kind of in clumps. It's a very thick grass. My grass is super thick, and so it just makes it harder to get the sand down into the canopy, down towards the soil, so that the grass blades can actually grow up through the sand and survive. So one thing I've been doing, mowing shorter, like I said, but I also, about a week ago, I put a granular fertilizer down, I watered it in, and then 2 days prior to this right here, I sprayed a liquid fertilizer. Liquid's more readily available, it's just gonna get into the grass blades faster, and that's gonna help my grass want to rage and grow up through this sand. So here's my sand. Typically 1.5 yards per 1,000 square feet is what's recommended. So if you have bluegrass, if you have Bermuda grass, that's what I would recommend. I'm going lighter. I have 1 yard per 1,000, so I'm doing about 2/3 of what is normally recommended. I will have even more tips after we spread the sand towards the end of the video, but real quick, before we get to spreading, I want to go over some of the tools that I'm going to use to get this on the lawn. All right, so some basic things we're using. We've got shovels. I've got push brooms we're gonna use to work into the soil, and we will talk later about that. I've got this level lawn leveling rake right here, and this thing is awesome. And I know some people use these big, wide, heavy leveling drags that you can build those. I don't need that because my yard isn't very big, but I did, with the help of the Shortcut Lawn, make a leveling drag out of 2x4s in literally 15 minutes. This thing is awesome. I don't know how heavy it is, but it's literally just 2x4s screwed together. This is a block I have around my landscaping on the side of my house and a rope. All right, so we will have more tips after we spread the sand, but let's get to business. You ready? Let's do it.
I hustle and motivate. Follow me, I know the way. Grind hard on them every night and day. And the 40 bang hard in the air, I don't play. I aim for the neck and the jugular. So don't people think I'm a smuggler. Don't get it confused, bro, I'm just a hustler. Been in the gym, so I got my muscle up.
So we may have put it on a little thick. As you can see, there are some spots that we just cannot get it all the way down. There's just a lot here. This is tough. I'm not gonna lie, this is tough. But got a lot of low spots. You can definitely see the low spots when you get sand on here. I think some of these I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna overseed anyway. So I'm just gonna leave it. If they pop through, they pop through. If they don't, F it. Whatever.
I'm like Yosemite Sam in the Wild West. I just laugh at them when they wear a vest, cause it's headshots on sight. I don't do beef, I just lay it to rest. I'm so hungry, my flow sound malicious. On my journey, I'm chasing my riches. I got so many reasons that I gotta make it, so I wake up and I go get it. I move like I'm the mob in my all black. You ain't down with my squad, you can fall back. If you never seen greatness, then you bout to witness, and you gon' know what you should call that. Every song that I've been on is a hit like a ball back. I took some losses, but I got them all back. Been at the bottom and I'm never going back. I'm fully focused and I'm on track. I'm tired of waiting, I'm running out of patience. I'm about to make my move right now. I'm about to make my move right now. I'm tired of waiting, I'm running out of patience. I'm about to make my move right now. I'm about to make my move right now. I'm tired of waiting, I'm running out of patience. I'm about to make my move right now. I'm about to make my move right now. Yeah, I came up straight from the bottom. Put on the gas, yeah, that's the throttle. I get the smash cause I get the bottle. These people mad cause I get the mile. I'm changing lanes in my auto. Get to the bag is my motto. I'm coming up cause I stay down. Grind so hard I can't slow down. Death was given started from the mud. I wrapped it up and now it's a drug. If you wanna play, call my bluff. I'm not gon' pull it if I ain't gon' bust. I'm making a movie, cooking up too. On the freeway I got no roof. I'm nothing but crack, yeah, that's true. I'm about to win, don't know about you. Tired of waiting, I'm running out of patience. I'm about to make my move right now. I'm about to make my move right now. I'm tired of waiting, I'm running out of patience. I'm about to make my move right now. I'm about to make my move right now. I'm tired of waiting, I'm running out of patience. I'm about to make my move right now. I'm about to make my move right now.
Oop, broke a rubber. That's never a good sign. Car. All right, so once you get the sand on here, I definitely recommend taking this brush and working it in. I want the grass tips exposed because I want it to grow. Because I think anywhere you leave sand on, at least for this taller grass, it might die. So I may have killed my lawn. We'll see. If it dies, it dies.
You don't care. I think some of this will pop through. That's some of these spots are low. Yeah. Huge divots.
All right, so I ended up coming back out and just dumping way more sand on this than I originally intended to. I will say there are some spots here that are pretty deep. They're no more than about 2 inches deep, but deep enough where I don't think the grass will grow through, and that's fine. I'm gonna do some seeding anyway. So if you are like me, you have a lot of low spots, I do recommend topsoil. The reason I actually dumped a bunch of sand in my front, this stays shaded, it holds water bad, and it actually gets brown patch usually every year, pretty bad. You can go back, I got brown patch bad last year and I had to fix that. But with the trees here, it gets a lot of shade, and so the sand will help with the drainage, should help with the issue of the brown patch, should help not hold water as badly. This thing right here is a game changer. This thing is awesome. So that is it. That is me sand leveling my lawn. If you are interested in seeing the process of me bringing this back and making it green, dark green again, next up is seeding, and then I've got some goodies I'm going to be putting on the lawn. Hit the subscribe button so you can follow along, so you do not want to miss out. Thank you guys for watching, and we will see you next time.
Level of anxiety, 1 to 10.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's up there.
It's there. We're there.
We're there. We hit it.
We're there.
We're there.
We're there.